Hello everybody and a very warm welcome, literally a warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name's Ben Moseby. Thank you for joining us this Tuesday for the final show of the day, which is Launch Party. It's been a fantastic day today. We've had so much fun with you. We did the masterclass a little bit earlier on with the Say It With Flowers collection, which is still available. We've had our wake up call show as well, and certainly in between shows we have been enjoying the sunshine, getting ourselves refreshed and replenished, and we're ready to go for Launch Party, which I'm really looking forward to actually, because we have got for you on the show your opportunity to pick up or indeed grab more of the Gemini II plate bundles. The deal with that is still some of the accessories we were going to bring to you haven't landed yet, and certainly I think we were trying to get back in stock the actual machine itself, particularly for our UK viewers. Those deals haven't yet landed. However, you guys have rejoiced in the fact that we have got the brand new plates and you've been buying those in your droves. We also have got available on the show still a small amount of the turntable for your G2 if you want to purchase that. We'll chat more about that a little bit later on, and still small quantities of the Gemini II Everything bundle. If you don't know about that, I'll explain more a little bit later on. But during the show we are going to be looking at some of your favourite launches from recent times. That's what Launch Party is all about. We've got coming up the Floral Creator Card Die collection, those amazing large outline floral dies which are stunning, launched at the beginning of the month. We've got a fantastic Explorer kit, an out of this world deal, plus we've got two fantastic previews to come of items that we're going to be launching at the start of next week. And on top of all of that, if that wasn't enough, it is Tenner Tuesday, £10, $10 Tuesday. You're going to have to be quick if you want to pick up some of the deals. I won't spend too much time on these, but gnome pad 12x12 for a tenner, totally Tiffany storage and supply cases, that's normally $16.99, a tenner. And also might come in handy, the double-sided plates are available for you as well, normally 20, a tenner, and that of course is before you get your discount within your Club Inspire as well. So check out those deals, they're all labelled up for you nice and easily on the home page. You'll see, click on 10 Tuesday and you can get those deals. Obviously if you're in the UK, you haven't got long left. If you're in the US, a little bit longer, but those deals are there and selling fast. It is not just me over the course of the show. We've been having a marvellous day today, and bringing the inspiration, as always, has been the lovely Jan, who it's great to have you back. Have you been enjoying your day?
I have been enjoying. I always enjoy my day. You know I do. I love I don't call it a job anymore. I always say I'm having a play, because it is like playing. Yeah. I consider myself very lucky, but yes, I love being here. You know that, guys, and I love the interaction that we have with our audience as well. I've never worked anywhere that we have that instant connection with people, and it blows me away that those people are all over the world. Yeah. You know, when you start reading out where people are from, I'm thinking, wow, that's like miles and miles and miles away. But it just absolutely blows me away, and it does. And I mean, it would be dead boring if we were just stood here with nobody at the other side of the camera. So yes, big thank you to everyone out there. I always enjoy being here.
It's lovely to have you back. We've got a jam-packed audience tonight as well. Listen to me, an audience from around the world. We've got Olivia on the socials tonight, so she'll be there sending in your comments, any questions you want to ask as well. Already in is Lillian, who says, hi Ben and Jan, I was busy for the first two shows. That's outrageous. How dare you be busy? I'm only joking. But you have my full attention now. We'd like to hear that. Gareth is in, saying a very good evening to everyone at Crafters TV. Hi to Lynn, the hashtag Go Live Granny, who joins us, of course, from the Isle of Wight. Phil Watson joins us. Sarabi's mom says, hi everybody from Houston, Texas. Fred's in with greetings from California. Yeah, Fred 171, not Fred 172, just Fred 171. Linda Armstead is in from Maryland. Crystal H is in from College Station, Texas. Oh, you guys have some amazing place names in the US. You definitely beat the names of some of our places here, I think. Like I said earlier on, Mechanicsburg, amazing. Wiki Watchy, amazing. Here's another one. Lucille Harris from Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah. Pennsylvania. I can't say it. Pennsylvania. Erie.
Erie. Yeah. Wonder if that's near the lakes.
Oh yeah, Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Let us know. Hi from Massachusetts to Jan, Ben, social superstar Olivia, the incredible CTV team, and all my fellow crafters, says Roseanne Carbone. We've got Nicola in the gallery today. We've also got James in the gallery pushing the buttons. I mean, George, I don't know what George has got his feet up today. He's still training, James.
Yeah, we didn't get us a cup of tea, did we?
No, we didn't get a... No.
Shocking.
James has been doing quite a few shows now, but George says he still needs a bit more training. So George is in there. I don't know. George is there. And we've also got Dean, who's taking the back seat for Nicola today. Dean produced the last show. Let us know what you thought of that show. If you thought it was a great show, stand Dean with his production skills. And Nicola's gone, if you think this show's a really bad show, Dean's doing it. So Ravi's mum says, eagerly waiting for my CC delivery. Bethan says, hi everyone. Managing to catch a live show, it's been a while. Lovely to have you with us, Beth and Lion. Ryan Cadman says, hi everyone. Hello. Beth Metzger says, good evening from hot North Dakota. Hello. Beth Metzger says, love Jan. Carolyn Wilson says, Jan, you look wonderful. She does.
Thank you.
Celia says, hi Jan and Ben. Jan, you look gorgeous. All the Jan love today.
Oh, do you know, this will go to my head if you don't behave, honestly. Thank you, guys.
There's another one. Get ready.
I've opened both doors to let me out today.
Get ready for this one. Unique Crafty Corner says, hello, everyone from Florida. Jan, you are my favourite.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, then it says, Ben, you too. Don't worry, you don't have to send in loads of nice comments about me.
Deal, don't we?
Yeah,
we can't do it without each other.
Yeah, don't feel you have to send in loads of nice comments about me. I don't need those. Hi Lois, hi Carolyn Cornwall, hi Lynn Morton from up the road, and Robin Lavina says, hi Jan and Ben, I hope everyone is having a great day. We are. And just to quickly answer your question, Joanne Einon, who says, is the turntable compatible with the OG Gemini? No, that turntable is only compatible with the G2. There's been specific holes built into the bottom of the G2 for that turntable to work. You can't use it with your OG, as Sarah was brilliantly talking about it last night. If you start drilling into the bottom of your OG, you're going to break it, basically. It won't work. It won't work. So let's have a look at the first bunch of goodies we're going to be crafting with this evening, the large outline floral dies. These are brilliant. I loved the floral dies that we did originally, which was a smaller set, I think, both in size and in quantity. But as I said to you earlier, Jan, I just love these for the fact that I love it when they're just cut out in black there, and I love, like yourself, you create your own beautiful backgrounds, inky backgrounds, cut it out in black, plonk it on. I think it just creates a great effect.
And just for you, I'm going to do that for our very first demo, Ben. Yeah, I must have known.
Yes. But they're so versatile in that point, aren't they? That's simple.
And so simple.
Yes.
Absolutely simple. Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of time. You don't have to go to a lot of lengths. If you've got I'm always talking about making backgrounds in your spare time. This is a perfect opportunity to use them.
You'll see with these as well, though, for creating paper pieced effects, whether you pop these maybe onto some acetate and do some colouring with them. I mean, they are just so super useful. Cherry blossom we saw this morning. I've already shown you the roses and the peonies. Was it this one actually? Was it the hellebores you used?
No, I did the cherry blossom.
It was the cherry blossom
earlier, yeah.
But you've got all of your favourites in here. Anemones. They're my nan's favourite. You've got cosmos. I've got to be honest again. I mean, I'm not massively up on my flowers. I didn't realise cosmos was a flower until a
couple of hours ago.
I was like, have I put one in from like a universe collection or something?
No.
But no, cosmos. I can't say it now. Cosmos. There's the one from Yorkshire, Echinacea.
Echinacea, that's what we're going to use in a minute. Echinacea.
You've got to use Echinacea. And then you've also got in there your beautiful lilies as well. So the big size dies, as you can see, super usable, super craftable. And whether you want to completely go to town with these and create something magnificent, you can. But as Jan is going to demonstrate in just a second, you can be very simplistic with your approach in these, but still create something that looks amazing, can't you?
Yeah, as I say, they are perfect for making a reasonably quick card. I mean, like anything with paper crafting, you can take it to whatever length you wish. But the first demo that I'm going to show you is a really simple one, especially if you've already got a stash of backgrounds. But just before that, again, I've got a bit of inspiration for you.
Yes.
And I just think that they just speak volumes. I mean, there aren't many people that don't like flowers.
No.
And whether that's ladies or gents, I think it's applicable to both. I know a lot of gents that, would be quite happy with a card with flowers on. And just changing maybe the colour scheme, things like that. But this one, again, is just being coloured in. And a top tip for this, if you are colouring with either your alcohol pens, I've got one next that's been done with sparkle pens, stick the outline down to use it as a guide to colour in. Don't worry about going over the edges of the die cut. I would just use a set I cut a second one when you finish colouring, stick it over the top. It covers up any smudges that you may have done if you've come out of the lines while you were colouring in on the first one. So you get a nice clean finish over the top. So again, this one's been done with alcohol markers on there, just in one of our fancy fold cards. But again, I like to show you the comparisons, because this is the same flower, just done on a little splatter background there. And I don't know whether the camera can pick it up, but this one's been coloured with the sparkle pens. It's just got a lovely little hint of sparkle on the petals. We're coming to have a look. Have a zoom in and see. I don't know whether you can pick it up or not. It is absolutely gorgeous. If you see it here in the studio.
Yes.
Just been using the sparkle pens there. And again, this one's been made into an easel card. Really, really pretty.
Yeah.
So those are both the same one. That's the echinacea. And then again, I've done the same with the rose. So just a little gift bag there. And this is snipping into them, because the rose is actually a double, but just snipping out the parts that you need. And then all we've done here is just add the extra leaves back in at the bottom to make it a single. And then again, if I show you a comparison there, I showed you that blue one earlier. I think that is absolutely stunning. But exactly the same die, and they look so different depending on how you, whether you paper piece, whether you colour, whether you put them onto a, you know, a paper background. We're going to do that later. This is a really clever use. Cutting, snipping into them. So rather than using it as a set piece like the die suggests, snipping into them, and this has been done over an inky background, but we've just got pieces of it, creating sort of a frame to draw your eye into that sentiment. I think that is really cleverly done. And then again, really pretty with the lilies there. Absolutely gorgeous. So depending on how you want to do them, you know, you can make them into your bigger cards. They'd be a beautiful embellishment for a scrapbook page, particularly if it was somewhere, you know, if you've been to maybe the Chelsea Flower Show or something like that here in the UK. These would be great to adorn a scrapbook page, wouldn't they?
They would.
So just a little bit of inspiration, and then we're going to go back to those echinaceas to start off with. And I am going to do exactly what you were talking about, Ben.
Yes.
And I'm going to do the black outline, and I'm going to do it over an inky background. So we've got that one piece die that cuts out the whole image, but it is an outline. So you've got lots of spaces in there to either colour, paper piece, leave it blank, let your background show through, let your papers show through, so many different ways. And we're looking at approximately 5 inches tall on this one by just over 3.5 inches wide. So again, if I put that on my hand, they're a good sized die. That focal point, it's intended to be that main part of your card. So I'm just going to cut this out of some plain black cardstock. So this is our matte black card, and I'm just going to cut a layer out of that to show you them going through the machine. Again, I've been very skimpy with the card. Look, it only just, I don't know what's going on for lately.
Just got just enough.
It's just big enough, isn't it, to go on there? And again, I'm going to use these new plates. I'm just going to have a check them out and have a look, do my housekeeping. I'm going to pop it on that one. I'm going to put in my shims, and then we're going to pop the one on top. And I'm still in awe of the machine. It's my first, for those of you that have just joined us this evening, it's the first time I've used our new Gemini II. It's the first time I've actually seen it for real. I was watching Sarah yesterday, but I was like, ooh, I'll get to use it. And honestly, I love the fact that these go through this way now. I've always had to use them sideways, but just listen.
Whisper quiet.
It is so quiet and so smooth. Absolutely, The plates, our Nicola's just saying the plates don't fall off the back. They've actually stopped. If I just turn this a wee bit, let me see if I can turn it.
No, it hasn't got a turntable like that one, but it's got the slidey feet, isn't it? The squeaky feet.
So you can see they're just sat there waiting for me at the back just to collect. So if you do get called away, they're not going to fall like mine fall down the side. Where mine's situated at home, they fall down the side of the cupboard. So I end up standing on my head to try and get them back out again if I don't catch them. Yeah, literally. It's like right down the side of the cupboard. It's very well positioned. So again, just take a few of those pieces out. Take that scrap off. And then, as I say, you're left with that beautiful outline section. So I just need my pokey tool. I'm going to have a look again. One of them should be a release hole. There we go. And then again, just tease it out of your die. They come out really, really simply. And then again, there's just a few pieces left in there that just need poking, or with your brush if you have the die brush, whichever you prefer. I know some people like to give it a good old tap on the table. I was watching Sarah yesterday. Bang, bang, bang.
Smashing it, wasn't she? Not tapping it. Gee whiz.
There's not going to be any bits left in that one now. But again, you can see there, if I actually pop you this over the white again, just stunning. The simplicity of the designs and just absolutely stunning. Black on white even would look, you know, just amazing. But again, as I say, if you wanted to colour inside, it's not so bad on the darker colour, but if you were going the other way and had the white outline, don't be afraid about catching the lines, because as I say, I would just cut it again and layer it over the top so that you know, you're covering up any mistakes. So I've actually cut one already, and like I said earlier, I like to stick two of them together. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper and my dotty tape pen, and we're literally going to put the dots on the back. And again, just like I've said, be mindful of which way your die goes so that you're not pulling against it and risk lifting up the edges of the die like this. So go away from it so that you're not going to damage it. And you just want some dots, nice and gentle, nice and light pressure on it. Turn it round and make sure there's a few to stick it together.
Yeah.
You can do this with wet glue if you wish, but the tape pens are well strong enough to do what I want to do here. And again, I'm just going to work on this and literally line the two up over the top. I'm not too worried about, I don't want that shadow on this one. I literally want to line them up together. So just pick a couple of points at opposite sides, and if those two are lined up, the rest of it should fall into place.
Yes.
And then at home, I haven't actually brought it with me. There is one over here actually. I'm going to say at home what I normally do is just get my brayer, and then on the back of it just gives it a really good seal, and you've not got any, because this is nice and flat, it's not going to risk damaging it in any way at all. So you've got it there now to work with. So this is going to be the focal point on my card. I now need a background, and like I said, I'm always talking to you about making backgrounds, and again, it's the first time I've actually had a go with our new Duet ink pads. So I've just taken 3 corresponding colours. I've got Sunrise Glow, which is a nice sort of golden yellow, Sweet Clementine, and Raspberry Ripple. Okay, and I have made my sort of gradient background there. So this is the sort of the idea behind the Duet ink pads. They're a hybrid ink, which means it's a mixture of a dye and a pigment ink. So it acts differently, and especially when we put the water on it, it says that they're reactive. You get that lovely chalky finish. And then just to add, I wanted a little bit more detail, and again, I don't know whether we can pick it up on the screen or not. I've just splattered it with a little tiny bit of metallic ink.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I've done the water on it to make the water splats on it, to make those sort of, it sort of pushes the ink out of the way.
Yeah.
But then I've literally just splattered it with a little bit of our metallic, I think it was the rose satin, I think it is, the pinky coloured one, just to give it an extra layer in the background. And then I've stamped straight onto the background instead of actually making it a separate element. So I've just literally gone straight onto here with my jet black quick dry ink straight, and then matted it on the black again. So that's going to be my background, and literally all I'm going to do is pop this on the card. So again, we can go with the tape pen. If you want to do the glue, you could go with the all-purpose glue again for those cardstock to cardstock. And I have no rhyme or reason which one I reach for. It depends where my hand lands.
Oh, does it actually?
Yeah, sometimes it's the wet glue, sometimes it's the tape pen. It just, you know, it depends. I've got them all at the side of me, but it just depends which one I end up picking up. So again, that's going to go on the side here. Now, I haven't done an inside for this one. I often do decorate the inside, as you know, but I hadn't. I just want to keep this nice and simple. And then literally, we're going to pop this one.
It's such a cool effect.
Do you know?
But it looked great.
Absolutely. So again, I'm going to stick with the dotty tape pen. So I use the double-sided one for my mats and layers. I'm going to bring in the dotty one for the back of the die cut again. If you want to use double-sided adhesive, you can actually use that on the back of something like this. I'm the world's worst with it because I forget to put it on, and then I think it's a great idea afterwards.
Yeah.
But I just think I forget before. I'm that eager to get going with the die cutting that I forget all about it. And we were talking about the other day, I'd actually seen somebody on a video, if you don't have any double-sided adhesive, they'd actually just got a piece of card the size of the element that they wanted to die cut, and they'd just put their layers of double-sided tape on the back of it. And then die cut. It means that you've got a lot of pieces to take off the back, but it does work. I did try it at home. So this one now, again, is just going to go in the gap here, and I've just sort of position it loosely until I'm happy with the, I just want to, about the same sort of at each side. And then again, you know, come in with that. Make sure your brayer's clean. If you've been using it with paint and things like that, just, you know, be careful before you try it on here. And then the very last thing, I thought, right, we'll just do a little tiny bit of paper piecing. And all I've done is taken some scraps, and I'm literally just going to paper piece, and I've gone with a little bit of peachy colour over the clementine.
Oh yeah, that's a nice touch.
And a little bit of sort of yellowy over that sunrise one. And I'm just going to stick those in the middle just as an extra feature. And I did think about, and I forgot to do it, we could maybe do it now, would maybe to put some glossy accents.
Glossy highlights on there, yes.
Glossy highlights. I always get them mixed up. I use both glossy highlights. You know, I thought about that before I said it and still said the wrong one, didn't I? It's getting late.
It is getting late. It's been a long old day.
So yeah, I'm just going to reinsert those in there. And again, I've done this twice so that it brings it up to the same layer as the outline, because I've got 2 layers of outline. But you could just put one and drop it inside. So I think because I've done it twice, I'm just going to leave it flat. If I'd done it once, it would have left like a little recess for the gloss to go, the glaze to go in. I just need to work out where that bit's. There it is. Fits back in into, it's almost, as I say, like paper piecing it back inside. There we go. And that's come up level now with the level of the outline. But yeah, just keeping it as simple as that. As I say, it could be the ink backgrounds, if any of you have done, when I've been doing the shaving foam background, it could be one of those behind it. It could be one that you've done with sparkle inks or spritzers, anything like that, just to give you that detail behind it. And if you haven't, if that's not your kind of thing, think about papers, for example, if you have the Colour Your World collection that had got those lovely gradients in there with the different colours on. That would make an excellent background if you wanted to put paper behind it instead.
I love that. It's such... It's one of my and it's simple, isn't it? But it's one of my favourite techniques. I think it's because it is simple, and I think, well, I could do that. But it looks amazing. You choose the colour of the background that you want to create, cut it out in black, boom, sentiment, few embellishments. Looks at absolute business. Those are comments coming through. We'll read a few of those. Just want to recap on all of the different flowers you're going to get within this collection. Isn't it brilliant? If you want to go for these individually as well, you can. They are available as individual dies. However, the main value for money is in the collection. So it's £60 if you're platinum, $79.20 if you're platinum and you're shopping in the US. But they're all beautiful, and they really, really are big size. You know, they're called the large outline floral dies for a reason, because they're big size dies, and you're getting, I think, a selection of all of our favourites. There's peonies in here, you've got this beautiful rose. You know, you're going to be paper piecing with these, you're going to be colouring these, you're going to be creating all of those beautiful backgrounds to you know, create quick, easy cards that look the absolute business though, hellebores. And as Jam was saying, you know, at the top of the show with these, you think about everybody loves flowers. You know, you're not going to... I can't think of anyone who's like, oh, I don't like flowers. Oh, flowers, horrible. Everybody loves flowers. And you can use flowers for all occasions. You know, whether it's a birthday, yes, you can use flowers. Celebrations, yes, you can use flowers. Anniversaries, weddings, sympathy cards. That they are just so useful. This is an uber useful set of dies that you can use for all occasions, for all people in your kind of you know, family circle and friends circle. They're amazing. £60, $79.20. Hi Robin, who's joined us, saying hope everyone is having a great day. Beth Metzger says, hi Ben, I am from, here we go, another great name in the US, Grand Forks, North Dakota. I would love to visit Grand Forks. Donna's in from San Antonio, Texas. Hello. Hi Carol Guy says, hi from Wisconsin, or another great Lake Michigan. Yeah. Lake Michigan. What are all the Great Lakes? Do we know? Can we name them all, team? I don't know if I can. Don't Google, that's cheating, Nicola. No. don't spoil the game. He's like, Great Lakes, Michigan, Erie, is that definitely
That's
one?
the only two I could really...
Lake Superior is one. I'm sure there's another one that's going to come to my mind in a second.
Do you think?
Lake what? Lake Huron. Oh, I was going to say that one without even being prompted. I mean, I'm not even being prompted. Lake Ontario, I knew that was one. Anyway, moving on. Stephen Nicole is in from a hot Andover. Good evening, Ben and Jan from Fay in Kent. That's Fay Parks. Lynn Gear is in from Lake Placid in Florida. Enjoyed the morning shows, and I'm sure this one will be just as enjoyable. Well, it's been enjoyable so far. First quarter's been good, isn't it? Jan, you are fabulous, says Heidi Hess. You're looking fabulous. I love the way that you teach, and you have such a calming voice that I could craft with you for hours.
Thank you. Do you know, a lot of people have said that here, and my response to that is, my husband wouldn't agree with you.
No.
I don't think so, not at all.
Well, I find your voice very calming.
I think it's that inner teaching coming out, isn't it? Yeah, I do enjoy it.
It's always a relaxing experience when Jan's in the house.
Life's too short to stress.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It really is.
Hi, Barbara R in Indiana. Cindy Thompson's in. Fred171 says, I'm a loyal member of Ben's Brigade. I've not heard that in a while. Ben's Brigade, and a Jan fan from far way back, says Fred.
Oh, bless. Yeah.
Gareth Dobbs is loving the cards. Stephanie's in, saying hello. Stephanie Theodos, hello. Hi, Mary Pat 1000 from sunny Montana. Kay says, wow, that is awesome. I've just got here from the cards Jan showed. I missed a lot. I'll have to watch this back. I love these outline florals, though, and especially love how Jan teaches us all her tricks and tips. She certainly does. Melanie D's loving the show. And do you know what, Heidi? That stamp, I thought exactly the same. Sorry, the sentiment that you put on that last card. You say, every time I see this stamp, I read it as, thank you, yo, much. It does look like that, doesn't it? I know it says so much. It does. I thought exactly the same. Thank you. Yo much. Beautiful card, Jan, says Bethan. Jan always picks fabulous colours, says Sweet Chimp. Susie says, lovely card. Great card, says Lynn. Very pretty card, says Lois. Fred171 says, definitely need to save up for these large outline dies. They are brilliant. Wonderful card, says Jessica. Robin Lavino Prunty says, what a gorgeous card. Pammy says, hello again. Ms. Jan, Ben and crew from Central New York. Hello. Ontario Ben, says Pammy. Yes, I got that one. And Catherine says, hi. From that's one I didn't need prompting with. The others, I did sort of get a bit of prompting, whether I liked it or not. I can't stop the voices in my ear, you see, they just keep talking. I could take you out of my ear, but then I get in trouble. And Catherine says, hi from a warm sunny evening from Shanklin on the beautiful Isle of Wight. We'll get back to the demos. Obviously, we are here this evening to bring you the brand new Gemini II cutting plates. These have been so popular. We will have for you soon more of the Gemini II machines. I can't give you an exact date on that, but I know we will have those for you. We will also have at some point soon storage bags, because that was the initial plan with these as well, to have the storage bags for the plates, so they will also be available. And we will also have available the magnetic storage stand. That will be available. However, you can pick up the plates today, the 9x12 plate collection, so you will have got these with your Gemini II machine if you've already bought them. But of course, these are your consumables. These are what you need more of, so it's a great opportunity to stock up and buy more whilst we have them all in stock, because, you know, as Sarah is kind of illustrating last night, these are the things that we will struggle to keep a hold of over the coming weeks and months. More will come in, more will go out, we'll have them back in, they'll sell out again, so get these now whilst we've got them is all I would say to you. And it's not limited to one per customer, so get as many as you can afford, and then you've got them there in stock in your craft room for when you need them. 6 plates in total. I kind of like put these in 3 different piles, because your magnetic cutting plate and your magnetic shim are of course included, and then that rubber embossing mat. They're pretty much the same as what you would have got with your OG. Obviously the colours are different, but those are in the bundle alongside these 3 plates, which are different in the fact that you're going to get longevity out of these, more longevity than you would have got with the original plates if you're using them correctly. As Leanne always explains and Sarah was talking about last night, it's all about making sure that you're rotating your plates when you you use them, you're flipping your plates when you're using them to ensure that you get as much time as possible out of them. The 2 new white cutting plates, if you use those correctly, we're saying you can get up to 3 times the amount of time with those plates as far as the originals are concerned, so 3 times longer those should last if you use them correctly. And then that plastic shim you're going to be getting as well 10 times is what we're saying with that if used correctly. So stock up on these if you've got the Gemini 2, if you've got the original Gemini as well, these obviously will work with that and you can use them with your original machines. £50.38 or $71.95. A lot of people have bought the smaller plates as well, the 9x6s. And of course, if you want to buy these to use with your Junior, you can. But the brilliant thing about having these with your 9x12s for your Gemini 2, of course, is that these will pass through quicker. So sometimes you don't need to use the larger plates. And the genius, of course, about the Gemini 2, amongst all of the other upgrades and features, is the fact that you've got that 9-inch optical sensor, which will read the plates if you put them in that way or if you put them in that way, because obviously a lot of people used to have the Junior plates and put them in sideways in the OG. You don't need to do that now in the Gemini 2. It's so clever. It is so clever. Yeah. And again here you get everything you need. So you've got your rubber embossing mat, you've got your metal cutting plate, magnetic shim is included, and then you've also got your 2 white cutting plates and your plastic plastic shim. Shim shiminy, shim shiminy, shim shim shiroo. Yes, and same applies with these again. Use these properly with your correct housekeeping. 3 times the length of time with the white cutting plates, up to 10 times the length of time with that plastic shim. Buy as many of these as you can afford to go for this evening. These are your consumables. I would hate it for you to be halfway through a project and you to need another shim or a plate, and then you come to us and we haven't got them in stock. So if you can get them tonight, £34.51. or $47.47. And just to explain as well, again, I've been a little bit like a broken record, but I know a lot of you, tuning in for the first time tonight. We've also got the Gemini Everything bundle. So this was the bundle that launched with the Gemini 2 on Crafters TV on May the 30th, where we said if you buy the Gemini 2, you can get this bundle for half the price you're seeing on screen. So this is the price it should be. So it's £250 or $300 worth of product. Then we take off £125 or $150, so you've got it at half the price. We give you your Club Inspire discount as well, so the majority of you are platinum, that's the price. But when you bought the Gemini 2 originally, we said, well, put this in your basket and you'll get it at half the price, £50 or $60. That's what we were going to do again last night. Then, of course, the machines did not arrive in the container. So, as a sweetener, what Sarah said was, if you buy the new plates, pop this in your basket and you'll get this at the £50, $60 price tag if you're within Club Inspire. It was supposed to come off yesterday, but no one's pressed the button today. And I've talked about it all day, and I mean, and they've gone home as well now, so they're not going to press the button during this show. I can't really show you all the contents here because contents may vary, certainly between the UK and the US, but this is the kind of bulk of stock you're going to be getting for us. It is dies, it's we've got stamps in here as well, all sorts of goodies. All you've got to realise is it's £250 worth, $300 worth for the price on screen. However, if you put this in your basket with a set of our plates, that price on screen will halve for you. It's just going to be a wonderful set of dies and goodies for you to use with the machine at an incredible price. What I will say is the US Everything bundle, I know we've got a small amount of, I think we're down into the teens on that. If you do want to take advantage of that deal, we're down to the teens on it. Right, next. Oh, I'm still going. I feel like I've been chatting for ages. You're waking me up tonight, Nick. I don't normally chat this long. You know I charge by the minute, don't you? Centura Pearl! This is a lovely collection of, do you know what? Colours that I've not seen that often. Now, hang on, where's it gone? Oh, this one. I've never seen dark chocolate before.
Oh, yeah.
In the Centura Pearl.
Yeah.
That is a colour
that comes a close second to Sexy Black.
Sexy Black?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you like your...
I do like my black Centura Pearl.
I don't think it's called Sexy Black.
It comes out on special occasions.
What is it called?
Just black.
Just black.
Just sounds boring, doesn't it, black?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very sexy.
Justin Timberlake's favourite, that one, isn't it? I'm bringing sexy black. I won't sing the next line because it's rude. But you're getting 80. You're getting 80 sheets within this collection. And he said 10 sheets of your sexy black. 10 sheets of your dark chocolate. 10 sheets of your Yes, Nicola. 10 sheets of lilac or lavender. It's one of the two. Lilac, and they're all upside down. Mint green. 10 sheets. 10 more sheets of mint green. I don't think, hang on a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, you're not getting, that's just twice. You're getting turquoise, you're getting baby blue, and then you're getting, well, this is labelled as Christmas green. I mean, you're going to, it should have been renamed Sexy Green, says Nicola. You've got Christmas green, Christmas red, 80 sheets in total. That's great value for money for £19.20 or $32. Very popular on that tonight. We've also got Explorer kits and Out of This World deals, which are fine. What I will say to you is if you want to pick up all of the deals that we've got, head to the Shop the Show page. We're going to take a short little break. Get your baskets checked out if you've got items in them, particularly if you've got that Gemini Everything bundle in there and you're in the US, because that will, I've got a feeling, disappear before the end of the show. And don't forget to check out the £10, $10 deals as well, which will disappear midnight because they are £10, $10 Tuesday deals. So whatever you've got in your basket, get it checked out, and we will come back in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes.
I have to tell you, every single person works tirelessly behind the scenes, and I can't just give a shout out to one person, because for me it has to be John, Tracy and Jake.
Going to give a shout out to our backstage hero, and I'm actually going to say heroes. It has got to be our product coordination team. It's got to be.
Because without those 3 people, when we're on air, we wouldn't be able to function like we do. They make sure we have everything we need, right from the samples to the product to having a drink of water throughout the show. They really look after us.
You see us day in, day out, 7 days a week, live on TV. We're crafting away, we're hopefully inspiring you. Every single card, every single product, every single tool that we touch has come from product coordination. Those guys are the unsung hero. They're there making sure we have the products, we have the inks, we have the tools, we have everything that we need. We have the power to actually work our Gemini ranges. The smooth running of behind the scenes of Crafters TV is all down to our product coordination team.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming. What does she do? Exactly how she looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back, everybody. More warm welcomes to those of you who've joined us. Linda, I don't know if I said it like that. Linda says, Jan is such a great teacher, very detailed and calm. Beth says, Ben, you can visit us anytime. We might not like our frigid winters, though. To be honest, it gets cold here in the UK as well, doesn't it? So I don't know how frigid.
Especially now you moved up north.
Well, oh yeah, I nearly said Wayay Lake, man. Wayay. It does get cold up here. It's always. What did I say this morning? Betty? Did I say Betty?
Betty?
Betty instead of Betty.
See? You're picking it up.
Do you know why I say a lot now? And I actually caught myself typing it to my wife earlier because I went to the supermarket and I messaged her. I say out quite a lot. And I messaged, do you want out from the supermarket? I was like, what am I? What am I? I'm not a northern, I'm a southerner. Do you want anything from the supermarket, darling? Do you want out? Yeah, you're doing out on out. Out on out. Anyway, very lovely take on the outline dies, Jan, says Amali Batiste. Joanne says, late to the party, I've lost track of time. I was doing the shaving cream method for the first time. Messy but fun, you say.
Oh, it is.
It is. Send some pics, and it also smells great as well.
It does, yes.
Smelly cards, eh? Smelly cards, smelly cards. How are you making them? If you want to send in your pictures, studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. I'd love to see your pictures of your cards, Joanne, and anyone else who's made any projects recently. Send them in, we'll do a gallery later on. Love my Gemini II, says Kathy. My family is now complete as far as the Geminis are concerned. Jerry Walker joins us from hot and sunny Oklahoma. And Lillian Kwok says, what was that song that Ben kept singing when he went all giddy during a cartload? I think it was from Mary Poppins. I won't sing it because I just sang it a minute ago and now it's in Jan's head, but the song was Step in Time.
Step
in time. Jan was doing the jig thing, but James wasn't quick enough on the
It wasn't
switch
quick
over.
enough on the button then.
You've got to be up earlier in the morning to catch Jan out, James. Moving on, your floral panel dies. We previewed these early this morning and lots of you were saying how much you loved them. First time I've seen these actually, these and the big large floral outline dies that we've had, I think, launched whilst I was away, but these are great. Again, a 4-piece collection, 16 dies in total because you get 2 different dies within each set, plus the outer dies to go with your detailed inner dies. £32 or $40 with these. I just think these are great, Jen, because obviously you can cut them in, you can create panels with these, but as we were talking earlier on, it's a great way, isn't it, to kind of build up your own little scenes and, like we're seeing here, create that. I love that triptych effect. I think it's great.
It is, and you know, I'm always championing things that do more than one job.
Yeah.
If you buy a die and it cuts out a shape, that's fair enough, but when they do more than one thing and you've got options with them, that's what I like about these.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've lots of different ways, and like you said earlier, if you buy the whole bundle, you can mix and match them.
Yeah.
They all fit in with that same outline die.
That's it, and you've got like this one here, which is your gerbera. I always want to call it gerbils. Gerbera, you've got like the main sort of flower there, and then that sort of little stems and branches here. But who's to say you couldn't like create, you know, a really beautiful card with some gerberas in, with your roses.
Yep.
You know, add in some of your hellebores as well. They're all interchangeable, is what we're saying. Whether you kind of cut these out as a panel or cut them into your cardstock, they're great. And again, really simple to use and create really wonderful professional cards. I mean, look at the ones you've got there.
They are, honestly. I've got a few samples out for you that the team have put together, and you know, whether you like to sort of colour them in with your pens, you know, whether you want to do them as silhouette, however you want to use them, they just bring something different, and they're a nice size. They're not too big, so you don't have to be making great big cards, although you can enlarge your card and work with them, but they're a nice size to work. I mean, this one's just to let me have a little look there. It is a 5.5-inch square, and we've just cut the edges away here to focus on that central panel. That one's the gerberas, but then again, look at the black silhouette. So this is a similar kind of technique to what we just did with the outline die, using those lovely inky backgrounds and then popping that silhouette panel, just using one of them over a background. Could be as simple as that. Again, I sometimes think the simple ones are really striking. I sometimes have to encourage myself to step away from the card because I've got so many things on it, it looks like a Christmas tree when it's finished. But I just think something like this, especially if you're batch making, you know, if you're making things for craft fairs or things like that, they're ideal. I did show this one earlier, but I do like how that's been used on the panel for the double Z folder. You can see that shaping with it, but just turning it horizontally and cutting it into the panels. I think I did something similar to this last time I was here. Again, you know, side by side. That's the roses one that we used earlier, and again, this has been cut right through the card blank, so you can just see that we can go all the way. You can see my hand moving behind those, so you can literally see all the way through here. And then again, a really nice way of using it. So you know, you've got a little bit going on at the front here, but then using it on that pop out inside. So these are brilliant to make with your, if you've got the Ultimate Pro, we do these all the time, where you've got that lovely shaping inside, and cut the dies into it, or even just put them on as panels if you wanted to, and then it all folds nicely inside the card. There's a little bit of bulk on this edge where you've got the layers of card, but not enough that it wouldn't go in an envelope. I think that's a very clever way of using it. So we're going to go back to those gerberas.
Yes.
And again, if you haven't seen them, just to show you the setup with the dies. So you get 2 of the panel dies, and these are approximately 4 3/4 by 1 3/4. So my matte layer that I put them on earlier measured 5 by 2 inches to give them that sort of foundation. Now the actual design part of it doesn't have an external cutting edge, so you've got all that beautiful detail that's going to cut into your card. So the one that I just showed you that was cut here through the actual card panel, we've literally cut it into the card blank and then layered the other pieces on top of it, which means you can do that. If you want to make it into a topper, like we have done with the silhouette one here, then you would just add your outline. So you've got the cut edge to add to it, and that would cut it out as a panel. Obviously it's a different design in the middle there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to cut into my design. So I don't actually need the outline one for this one. I'm actually going to cut into the card, and I've got a piece of watercolour card here because I want to do some paint technique on here when I cut it. So again, I'm just going to aim roughly, because I've cut the panel down to fit the size. We're going to just make a DL card with this one. So again, just tape it in place. I'm going to grab those plates, have a little look at where we're at, do my housekeeping. And then shims in the middle, this one back on top, and again, here we go. Are we ready?
I still enjoy the fact that this is still an experience for you. I'm enjoying that.
I absolutely love it. I'm loving the colour as well. I don't know what the theory was behind the colour change, but it's pink. What can I say? Raspberry pink, no less.
Raspberry pink,
Yes. Beautiful. So this now then has just cut into my card. It's not going to free that element out of the card. So I just want to take the tape off. And again, if you're worried about it snagging your card, roll it rather than taking it off like the old Band-Aid. Just roll it back, and it seems to do a lot less with regards to snagging the card there. That's come off perfectly without actually doing any damage. Again, if you want to loosen this with your die brush, you can, but all I'm going to do is turn it over and just tease it out of the die again. So you can see there, we've got that beautiful imagery going on. Now, if you want to do the, in fact, I'll do it again just to show you how it works, because we can lock that back in place. So as far as the embossing is concerned, if I'd got my die out of here like so, it was in here like this. So I'll just put it back together, and I just need to get my little embossing shim. So we need this one as well. So all I'm going to do then is flip it over, take the outside one off. I'm going to leave this in here and pop this one over the cut edge facing up, and don't be afraid, it's not going to cut your plate. Put the lid back on, turn it back again, and it is imperative you take this one out.
Those two don't play nicely.
All right, they must go through together. So I need that one in there and that one in there, So otherwise you're going to damage the rubber shim, because that's the one that's got the least resistance. The pressure in the machine is literally going to sort of play havoc with it. So please take out your magnetic shims if you are embossing your metal dies. Completely different to an embossing folder. That is a different set of plates altogether. And if you're ever unsure, just refer back to your instruction guide that comes with your machines. It's all set out in there for you. But what this has done now, the actual job of this one is to push that cardstock into any gaps in the areas here that don't have a cutting edge. So this has literally enhanced that beautiful embossed detail on the imagery in there. You can just see how that's raised now.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I'm going to pop that to one side. And then this time I want to add some colour to the actual panel. And again, I'm going to do this with some ink and my sparkle pen. All right, so this is just the clear crystal sparkle pen. So this is just water-based suspension with that lovely glitter in. And I've got pale fig here. I'm just going to put a little bit down onto the glass mat. So
what's that ink pad? What sort is it?
Pardon?
What's the ink pad you're using?
This one's actually a water reactive for this this purpose. You could use your pigment, but I'm actually going to use.
If you get the top off.
Okay. Must be getting late. So yeah, just give it a good shake to get that glitter sort of moving about. Because it's a solid, it will settle in your pen. Depending on how you store them, it will settle. And then all I'm going to do is give it a little push. I want some of that lovely glittery goodness out of here. Come on, you can do it.
You
can do it. There we go. And I'm going to mix that in with my ink. Okay, so I've created like a sparkle paint, and I'm literally, again, no technique involved. I am literally just going to cover all the flower petals and let that, and that's why I picked the watercolour card, because it will take that extra moisture. It's designed to work with those water-based products. So again, anybody can have a go at this. You don't have to be an artist. I don't claim to be an artist. So literally all I'm doing is just smothering those flowers with that ink, and because I'm using the sparkle pen to deliver it with, it's now made it into a little sparkly ink. Now if you have any of the sparkle pens, you could do this direct from a pen. You'll get a little bit more intense colour than this. Again, you might have the pots of sparkle ink, so you could use those. If you don't have sparkle, you could just do this with a paintbrush and you'd get a flat colour rather than the sparkle effect. So lots of different ways to add your colour. And again, I'm just going to go over a second time just to build up that depth. Use up the ink rather than waste it. Just over the flowers, and then I'm going to change to a different colour. And rather than green this time, I thought, we'll go different. And again, I arrive at these decisions quite often, and I'll show you the paper. Again, as far as your pen's concerned, just give it a wipe on something, either piece of kitchen paper, and you'll get all the colour out of it, and it's good to go. So we'll get rid of the purple. And the paper that I actually brought was, it had like a purple and like a goldy colour in it. So I thought, right, here we go. We're actually going to use some of the Midas ink to bring in for the leaf. So again, exactly the same. These are metallic inks, but they're still water-based. So again, I'm going to do exactly the same. And I'm going to use the sparkle pen to continue like I have done. little bit of that lovely sparkly goodness, and mix it all in again. And then I'm going to do exactly the same for the leaves. And again, I'm not being careful. I'm literally just catching the cardstock. It don't have to be anything. As I say, I never claim to be an artist. I can play with paper all day long.
Yeah.
Okay, so literally just catching all the stems. Not too worried if it catches the flowers, because often they do have a tinge of the
makes it a bit more rustic.
Colour. So again, you can see I'm just literally getting that colour on there. I'm not being particularly careful. Literally get it laid down. If you're worried about going over the edges and you've got the masking tape, you could always mask around the edge of your rectangle that's being cut. So
just an advice on the watercolour cardstock from Connie. She says, is the watercolour cardstock smooth on one side and textured on the back side, or textured on both sides? So I suppose the question is, like, how do you know which side to use, or doesn't it matter?
It doesn't really matter. It is textured on both sides. I tend to find that it's slightly less textured on what I call the reverse.
Right.
There is a little bit. It always reminds me of orange peel. Little bit of pitting on the front of it. It's just the nature of the cardstock, but there is less evidence of it on the back. I tend to think of that as the reverse, and I use the side that's got the sort of the dimples in it as the front.
Okay.
But it wouldn't matter if you got it the other way around. It doesn't make that much difference. And if you wanted to stamp on it, to stamp a sentiment straight onto it, you're probably better with the slightly smoother side.
Okay.
So yeah, so again, I'm not going to do too much there because I've got this ready. And again, my pen's now full of gold, but just a quick brush backwards and forwards on either a cloth or a damp piece of paper towel.
Are you dispensing any more when you do that, to run it through, or not, when you clean it?
Not particularly, no.
Okay.
No, it's just to clean it rather than, use the ink as such. So again, it's all nice and clean now. I've just got the sparkle left, not any colour in it. So it doesn't damage this, but it does make it into an excellent water brush. So again, just get rid of that excess ink off here. And then what I've done with this one is I've cut it down to size, and I've added a piece of the pattern paper over the top of it. So it's exactly the same underneath as what we had here. You can see on the back of it. And then, as I say, I've cut it down to fit my DL card, and I've actually cut the piece of paper exactly the same size as the card that I've cut down, and then used my panel die to cut the window out, which I knew was exactly the same size to frame the one that I'd used to create the detail.
Yeah.
So here I've got the perfect aperture now in my pattern paper. It did look a little bit as if something was missing, so out came the old black pen. You've seen me do the outlining bit just to add a bit more detail in there, and then I've just added some pearls in the centre there.
Very
so that's
pretty.
going to be my focal point, and again, nice and simple. I've used the multi-purpose card to make my DL card, so DL being double length, so whatever your width is, you just double it. So this is A4 card, 8 1/4 by 4 1/8. I'm going to pop the black matte layer on here.
Not as Sarah thought it was called DeLong card. She told you that story.
DeLong card.
That's what she thought DL used to stand for.
The long one.
The long card, yeah.
The long thin one.
The long, the long thin one.
Oh no, double length, yeah.
Double length.
So it doesn't have to be that standard size. You know, if your card was 5 inches, you could do it by 2.5. Yeah. So it just means that whatever your width is, you're doubling it. Double the length.
DeLong.
DeLong, I like that. That's brilliant. I thought they made radiators.
That's it. Yeah, DeLongy.
Got a couple of them in my car. DeLongy. Oh, dearie me. So that one's going on there, and I really like how the black then shows through the design. I think that really sort of sets it off. Again, you could pop this on a little bit of foam, but I'm going to go flat with it. And oh, do you know, Saved by the Bell. Started doing this at home. Nicola's with me. They get the ribbon on it, Jan. But I'd nearly forgotten. I was ready for sticking, but when I turned it over, I thought, there's the reason.
There's the clue.
There's the clue, because I'm world's worst I plan it and then get that giddy when I'm demonstrating that I forget. So this is where the sentiment comes in. I've just stamped out a little sentiment, die cut it, and then I've used my craft knife to make a little insert in the edge of it to thread the ribbon through, and then this is going to go around the bottom here. Now I don't know whether the sentiment should be lined up with the panel or whether it should be, I think it's centred. It wants to be centred, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to decide roughly where I need that to be.
So did you say you made the little slot for that?
The die cut here is from a set of sentiments of ours that we brought out quite a long time ago, and it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5 different shaped dies with it.
Yeah.
So you can stamp and then die cut the little labels out as well.
Because it's similar to what you get in the set with Style, isn't it?
Yes, it is very similar, yes. But this was, I can't remember what it's called. I ought to have put it in with my prep. But yeah, it's one of those, the ones that stays on the shelf. It's got lots of different sentiments and different shape labels to cut them out. So again, I'm just going to pop this in the middle here. Just line it up with the tape that I've put on the back, and then tuck that round before we stick it down. So just make sure it's reasonably straight, Jan. There we go. And then we can add it on. As I say, I nearly always forget. So just by adding the little bit of tape behind, it reminds me each time that I need to add my ribbon or whatever it is. And then I'm just going to put a little tiny bit behind a couple of flowers and literally keep this nice and simple. As I say, I quite liked, my original thought was to put some vellum behind the panel, but I quite like the black. It just gives a real good contrast to the detail on top of there. So again, you know, really simple. Once you've done the die cutting, as I say, you can use whatever colouring medium. You know, this could be your tri-blend pens, could be your aqua markers. I chose to use the inks on this one with the sparkle pen. It could be a coloured sparkle pen or a sparkle ink. Could be the glitter pens. It could be the, I could go on indefinitely, you know, your metallic markers. But just to give you that different shape, just using one of those panels, just because it's a pack of 2 doesn't mean you've got to use 2 of them all the time. But again, just using that one to make that panel card.
Very good, very classy, very easy to follow as well, isn't it? So many great ideas. Wow, Jan, says Kate in California, you always amaze me with how simple tweaks really make the designs pop. Thank you for the inspiration. Beth Metzger says, love this technique. I use it with aqua markers and the sparkle pen. It's so easy and it looks good. And a few hellos. Suzette Susan's just joined us saying, hello Ben, Jan, everyone, the team from a hot sunny PEI, Prince Edward Island. Carletta's joined us. Hi Carletta. Jen's in from the sunny Florida. Hello, 4 Holidays Designs. And Karen Carter says, I've ordered 2 of the outline floral dies and I'm kicking myself now. I should have got them all. Karen, all I would say is if you do want the full collection, I would maybe order them and then maybe ring customer services in the morning to get them to cancel the other order. I would have thought we'd probably be able to do that for you.
Why not? Yeah.
If you want the full collection and then you think, oh, I wish I had, I would order them and then give customer services a call in the morning and get them to cancel the other order and refund it. That's potentially an option for you. If you want to do that, because our customer services team are brilliant, as you guys know. Beautiful card, Jan says Beth. Jessica says, I love that black behind the panel. And Kay Restad says, I love this card. Black always makes it stand out. If you want to get all of these, again, you can. Option is there for you to go for the full bundle. Option is also there for you to pick and choose and just grab the ones that you want to go for, but you've seen they are super versatile, whether you cut them into your cardstock, whether you cut them out as panels, whether you go for the full bundle and mix and match these around, use them as duos, use them as trios, just use the one to kind of, you know, have as like a border down the side of a card. These can be the standout component of a project, or they can be the little sort of, you know, side piece, a little finishing flourish to a card. That's the great thing about these. A really handy set, and like we've already discussed with the floral outline dies that we brought you earlier on, flowers, very, very easy to use within your craft. So 16 dies in total, 4 dies in each set. This one is your gerbera. You're going to receive the beautiful rose. Then you've got this one, which is your hellebores. two sets of like really stunning flowers within that collection, and then you've got the foxgloves in there as well, which I absolutely love. Don't see those a lot in our floral dies that we do, so it's nice to have those in that set. Go individually or go for the full bundle. Obviously the main value for money is in the full set at £32 something like platinum, or $40. Let's show you some other deals that we've got on the show. With it being our launch party, we do have an Explorer kit. This is a great buy as well for you, with a really brilliant set of dies for you. If you've never tried these this evening, get this Explorer kit. The Concertina border dies are brilliant. 3D these. So we had that other set earlier on, didn't we, with kind of the 2D dies where you could kind of create your different sized frames. These are going to create you 3D borders. So as you can see on the packaging here, perfect for creating a frame for things like your decoupage. If you bought the Say It With Flowers collection today and you're going to be creating flowers, whether it be your foam flowers or your paper flowers, again, these are absolutely perfect for creating frames for that. Or if you just want to create a beautiful 3D frame to frame a photo, potentially, these are great, because what you get in essence is, if I flip this around, 3 dies. You've got your corner die, which is a 2x2, and then you've got your 2-inch and your 3-inch little borders here. So pretty much whatever the size of your card is, you can build up a 3D frame with this set. It's such a brilliant idea. Again, so easy to work with. So if you need a square, big square, you can, small square, rectangle, it's entirely up to you however you use these, but they are super duper usable and very, very craftable. We're going to give you within the bundle as well heat resistant acetate. You're also going to receive Centura Pearl with the pastels, 40 sheets. I didn't get from. Shall I open this up so you can see all the colours? I feel like I ought to, really. Am I going to get in trouble? Pink, lemon, blue, baby blue, and the mint, isn't there?
I think.
Yeah. I won't, because I'll get.
Go on.
Shall I?
Go on.
Jan said.
Go on. Can you get in it?
Huh?
Are you in?
Yeah. I've opened it up now. Do you know what? I probably could have done it a lot better than how I've done that. I have now. I tried to do it nicely, but now it's split. There's no point trying to save that. This is great TV, this, isn't it? Tonight, I watch Ben take... hang on, if I just... No, it's fine. That'll go back nicely. No one will ever know. What did we say in here then? So it's 40 sheets. I think you get 8 colours, 5 of each. No, 5 colours, 8 of each. So baby pink, we got that. Baby blue. Yellow. Like it's like a mauve, isn't it?
The lavender.
Lavender. Mint.
Mint.
And then we get more of the same again, so it's just doubled up. It is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
40 sheets of all of your Centura Pearl in there, and then on top of that, some organza ribbon from the Once Upon a Time. Look how shiny that is, for goodness sake! Wow. Nicola's just gone, for the rest of the show we're going to attempt to watch Ben put that back into the packet to make it look like he's not opened it. £21.58 or $27.95, I'll do that in a minute, is the price for that Explorer bundle. Right. Oh, you also get some red liner tape in as well, which was hiding away. You 3 more red liner tape. Oh, you don't need to. There you go. Right. Next up, back to the outline floral dies.
Do you want one of my baggies?
Hey? Oh, yes. Yes.
I think it fits A4 in there.
Yes. Let me come over. You might save my bacon here. Is that just
is
that a random baggie, is it?
It's what I put my prep in.
Oh.
Yeah, it should. It's whether that bulk, I don't know whether that bulk will fit in. I only usually put 2 or 3. Look at this. You might have to put it in a bit. Oh no, we're in, look at that. Saved your bacon. No, look, there you go.
And do you know what? That's better now, isn't it? Because it's protected in there,
yes.
And every time we need to show it, we can show it.
Yes, we need to save that one for display purposes.
Yeah, we need to put stuff in baggies.
There you go, you see.
I'll suggest it after
Don't fall over all my baggies down there.
Can you imagine? Right, sorry everybody.
Oh,
there,
dear.
that's brilliant. Thank you, Jan. Saved my bacon.
Bacon.
I hope Tracy doesn't see Ben, says Pam. No, it's fine. We're all absolutely... We've fixed it now. I think we've got a better alternative now there. It's absolutely fine. Carol D says, since when did Jan become a troublemaker? I know, she put me up to it, right? It was all Jan's fault. You saw it. I wasn't going to do it, and then Jan said...
You only see part of me when I'm here.
Jan comes across all sweetness and light when she's on the TV screens, but you should see her in between shows. She is a rebel, without a cause. Yes, up and down the corridor, she is running around.
Dangerously, only live once.
Oh dear. Great save, Jan, says Pammy. Absolutely right. Dream team. These dies then, let's get back onto these because you guys have been loving these dies tonight. We had a great first demo of the show. If you missed it, if you've just joined us, welcome. But if you have just joined us, go back and watch the first demo of the show where Jan created a brilliant card by creating a background, cutting one of the flowers out in black, pasting it over the top, and it looked absolutely immense. But there's so much more that you can do with these, which I guess we're going to see in another demo in just a few moments' time. But all of these gorgeous flower dies included in here, from peonies to stunning roses to cherry blossoms to the beautiful hellebores. And if you're looking at these and thinking, colour these, yeah, absolutely. If you're thinking, paper piecing, absolutely, you'll be doing that as well. There's so many different things that you can do with these. Even as well, like you showed one card earlier on, didn't you? I think as well now with dies like this about potentially multi-cutting and creating your own backgrounds with them as well, like raised backgrounds.
Snipping into them, yeah. Doesn't have to be a solid piece like it is in the die. That one particularly would be nice to snip into, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You could use a couple of them on one corner and put the other one up in the top corner. Yeah, it just completely changes the look of them.
It's a lovely collection, and like Karen was saying, I know she bought a couple and then she's like, I've seen them all, I wish I could get them all. Get them all if you love them all at this price, because that is the best way to go. If you get a couple and then you decide that you really love them and you come back and buy the other 6, you'll end up spending more money than you should have done. So if you do think you love them all and you can afford to do it, £60 or $79.20 is the platinum price. But let's have a little bit of a look at which one are you going to use next? We're
going to use the peonies next.
Okay.
The peonies, one of my favourites. I do like peonies as a flower, I must admit, so I can recognise the ones that I like. So the first one was the not the first one here, one of the panels was the gerbera, and then the peonies. So again, we've got that beautiful, beautiful die, and again, I'm going to pop it here because I want you to see the size of them. Again, nearly 5 inches tall by almost 4 inches across the widest part, so a really good focal point for your cards. So again, with this one, I'm actually going to cut it into a piece of multi-purpose cardstock. Okay. So I've cut this to the size that I want it to be on my card, and I've just popped a little bit of turquoise ink around it because we're going to be using it in conjunction with some of the turquoise textured card there. So literally I want to position this exactly where I want it to be from the point of view of the actual card. So again, I'm just going to sort of centralise it. So I've got about the same top and bottom and about the same on either side. Just making sure that you've got the die the right way up. There's always a guide on here. You can see I've got the leaves at the bottom, and then there's just off there, there's a little tiny sprig at the top. So I'll make sure it's the right way here. And again, once I'm happy with how it's situated, I'm just going to stick that on with a little tiny piece of tape. I don't want it to tack down too hard, and we're going to pass that through our Gemini. So again, coming in with my plates, I'm going to go back on this side, bring in the extra shims, and then my top plate, and we're going to go through that Gemini again. Love it, love it, love it.
Who was it you said earlier on?
Do you know the bit that's got me more than anything is the fact that I can use the number of times I've gone to put these in my original Gemini. I thought, oh no, I need to turn them sideways. But yeah, the fact that that sensor goes all the way across, I think that's probably one of the best features in my mind, that now recognises any width of your plate.
Robbie said earlier, Jan, you know you're going to be getting a G2. Your face is so amazed when you run a die through it. So quiet.
I know. But then I feel really bad for my other one.
What machines have you got at home already? Oh, all of them.
All of them.
All of them.
Yes.
How many have you got?
I've got only one of each. I've got the original. I don't have the big one, the Pro.
No.
I've got the original, the Junior, which I use with my foil press. I've got the Midi and I've got the Mini.
Mini. Okay.
And they all have their own uses.
Yeah.
My Mini sits on top of my original. It piggybacks on top of it because I use that quite a lot if I'm just doing embellishments and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just accumulated them over the years.
Well, you're kind of missing the newest member
So
of the
yeah,
family,
and I
aren't you?
must admit, I do love the colour in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the purple, don't get me wrong, but I like that raspberry pink very much. Yes, I can see potential there. So again,
it won't be long.
I know.
I'm sure.
I'll keep you updated.
Yeah.
Right, so again, I'm just going to look for one of those that'll be a release hole there. Should be able to hit the, oh, it's not that one. Usually you can get to them where there'll be one of them that doesn't hit, there we go, a hole, look, and it's just pushed to the die cut. So once you've got that release, just be really gentle and just work your way down the die and lift it out. There we go. Okay. Now then, I want to keep the bit that I've cut out here, because what we're going to do is we're actually going to reinsert this into the gap. It's all going to, usually this is the waste bit that you throw away, but on this particular one we're actually going to keep that as part of the design. So I've just popped those last few pieces that were clinging, and because we've die cut, it's literally going to sit back in there. That's where I'm aiming for. So as far as my card's concerned, I've actually created like acetate front on this one.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I didn't take the backing off it until I got here because I thought I'm bound to end up with something stuck to it. So yeah, the acetate that I like is our A5 size sheets, and it all comes with that protective sheeting. So again, you can usually tell which side it is because it's slightly opaque. So you can see it when you look at it. One side looks cloudier than the other.
Yeah.
So again, just remember to take that off. So all I've done is make this 1/2 inch bigger than my actual card, and then I've scored it and I've stuck it to the back of the card before I put my layer of paper on, so that's hidden underneath the back, and this is actually going to become my card like so. All right.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to put my matte layer on here on the front onto the acetate, and then we're literally going to put this one over the top and then inlay this back inside.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick this one down first, and because we're going on to the acetate, I think I find one of the best things for it is the red line tape. So again, I'm just going to use the thin one, and this is what we've got in that bundle you've just shown,
yeah,
the 3 mil one, because obviously you will be able to see the back of this. So I've got a little tip for you for that one if you don't like seeing the tape through it. But for this instance, I'm literally just going to pop a couple of pieces, one down each side like so.
Could you use your tape pen on this as well?
You could use your tape pen, yeah. I must admit, whenever I'm using acetate, I do tend to go with the red line tape.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, we can take the liner off there. Now, if for any reason you don't like seeing the tape through the other side of the acetate, just cut another piece the same size as this and stick it on the inside. So this one's going to go on the front, and I've just cut it so that there's a border of the paper inside. Now, it's not that obvious here. You can see the tape, but it's not mega obvious.
Yeah.
As I say, if you don't like it, cut another piece and stick it on the inside so that it's sort of covering up the workings kind of thing. Okay. And then we're going to pop this piece back in. So I'm just going to swap it out for the one that I did at home, purely because I've added some little drop pearls on this one. So this is actually the liquid pearls.
Okay.
Mine are from Cosmic Shimmer.
Yeah.
We've had those on the show previously.
Yes. We've had the ones from Don't Tonic do them as well? We had on for a bit.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
The Nouveau drops.
So yeah, these are the ones that you can just literally, and then you leave them to dry. So I'd just put that one just to add a little bit more detail. You could put gems on there if you wish. And then I'm going to go with the wet glue because I don't want to run the tape runner over the back of where the little accents are. So again, just make sure I've got that outside edge so that it's all going to stick down there. And then we're going to pop that one in place. I'm just going to do taking it to the edges again because I want to make sure all those little pieces are stuck down in place. Yeah, and then that just rubs off your fingers, the glue. I say, just be careful if you're sensitive to anything like that, but my fingers are well past being sensitive, I think. So again, I've just cut that slightly smaller than that turquoise layer, and the pattern piece is smaller than that so that it hides behind it.
Okay.
So again, that's all going to stick in place. Now then, question time again. Answers on a postcard. Okay, so the original plan was to put the white back in where it's cut out. So that's one option. I quite like that. Yeah. But then I also cut it out of some of the turquoise as well. And then I sort of had a bit of a conundrum as to which one I like best.
Right,
so
what
by
do you reckon,
inlaying...
Oh. I like the turquoise.
Ooh.
They're all saying white in the gallery.
I had two whites in the gallery, yeah. I couldn't make my mind up. Then I thought, do I actually go with the slight shadow on it and put them both? No, that's making my eyes go funny.
Yeah. And we'll give George the casting vote because I said George is going with turquoise. 3-2. It's 3-2.
Turquoise is the winner.
Yeah.
Let me just double check again. I might have to override.
Jan's got a casting vote.
I don't know. As I say, the original plan was to drop the piece back in that I'd actually die cut out of it.
Quick vote in the comments, go.
I do quite like the turquoise in there, I must admit, and that's picking up it's the same turquoise that I've done the matte layer.
I don't know if we can fish these through. What you see? Have you seen it in the comments? Can you see quickly? Turquoise, 2 turquoises and white so far coming through. 3 comments for turquoise, Olivia tells me.
I'm going with the turquoise.
The turquoise
the
is the
blue's
winner.
going on the turquoise.
Great choice, everybody. Great taste.
Our George has got good taste. He's usually very good at picking our winners. So
yes. No. You and James do have good taste.
That's not what I meant. No.
But just not on this occasion, Nicola.
As I say, I couldn't make my mind up. I'd originally gone with the white, and then I thought, let me just try it in the blue. And then I couldn't make my mind up, so I thought, right, I'll let you guys.
I said the turquoise as well, by the way, in case anyone was wondering. You know, I was one of the first to say that. I said that before George, by the way. And Dean, I was the turquoise original. So, both look good.
There we go. So again, if you wish, if your brayer's clean, you can just, I'm going to try and avoid those little accents that I've put on because I don't want to flatten those out. But again, just to press it into place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gorgeous.
And then all I did was add a little tiny sentiment. And I've done this with some white. You see, that clashes with this now. Originally, this was going over the white, but we'll have to go with it now. And then, again, that little butterfly comes back time after time after time. This was from my original, and those of you that have been with us a while as customers will remember the diamond press, which was our machine before we brought out the Gemini Mini.
What was it called?
The diamond press. It was a little hand-turn machine before we brought out the Gemini range.
Yeah.
And this was one of the dies that was made for it, and you know, I use it time and time again.
Wow.
It's a lovely size as an embellishment. And then I've just popped a couple of little foam pads on the back of this one. So again, that little bit of extra glue, and then this one's just going to go in that opposite corner just so that we've got a contrast going on. And you've got that detail. Now, the only thing that I did differently on this one was, again, using the die as a stencil. You can see that middle bit here with all the little holes in. I literally popped it back on and rubbed my ink through here. So just on the white one, you might just be able to pick up there's a little tiny bit of detail on here with the ink.
Oh yeah,
So I haven't done that on here. You could do it with the white ink if you wish, but obviously I've not got that far with it. I was still debating as to which one to use there. But that's as far as we've got with it. And again, that weight of acetate is enough to hold itself. It will stand nicely.
That is brilliant. Love that so much. Loads of lovely comments coming through again. What a gorgeous card, Jan, says Barbara. Stephanie Theos, Jan, maybe run a marker around the edges of the sentiment. Oh, that's an option you could have done, potentially.
Could have done, yes. Yes, that'll just make it stand out a little more, yeah.
And Lillian says, I saw a diamond press online today. It looked very different. I might have to Google that in the break in just a second.
It was just a little hand-turned one. A different shape to the Mini. And to be honest, when I did my training for the demonstration team, which is just now getting back up and running again, where we go and demo out and about in the, the public, we had to do a 15-minute presentation on a Crafter's Companion product, and we had to do like a little mini introduction, demo, finished project, and I actually chose the diamond press to do mine, and Johnny was there. He was doing some of the filming. We were filmed doing it, and then they all went away to look at the films and decide whether we'd pass the training. Very, very traumatic. But yeah, Johnny said to me at the time, he says, how on earth you managed to make that last 15 minutes is beyond me, because it was just a little machine. But yeah, did all sorts with it, and subsequently passed and got onto the demonstration team, and then obviously got onto this part of the job, and I owe it all to that little diamond press.
Was producer Johnny on the judging panel then, or was he just filming?
No, he was doing the filming. The judging panel went back to Leanne.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, when you hear all of these stories? I mean, I've been here nearly 3 years now, but it's funny when you hear all these stories of years gone by, back in the annals of time.
This is my 7th year now with the company.
How many?
I'm in my 7th
Oh yes,
year.
Same as Debbie Robinson,
I did a couple of, yes, we both started at the same time, and we did 2 years in the SOAR at Chesterfield in Derbyshire before we came onto the TV team. But yeah, scary. It's my fifth year in this role now, which has just flown by.
Is your 5th year?
Yep, I did 2019, 20, 21, 22, so this year is my 5th year in the TV role.
Wow.
Plus the 2 years at the store. I just don't know where it's gone.
Because I always remember when I started here, because when I was at the other place in that other little crafty world, obviously you guys would come down and when I was presenting, and it was you and Debbie Fisher were the only 2 people that I'd never worked with down at the other place. So I'd never met you in that time.
Yeah?
So yeah. I feel like I've known you forever though now. What a pretty card, says Lois. Kim says gorgeous card, Jan. Crafty Angie says nice card, Jan. Samantha says beautiful card, Jan. And just loads of love coming through actually for the show in general. And Sarabi's mum says I still have a diamond press. I'm going to Google one now whilst we have a break. We are going to have a break. We are very busy this evening. The floral dies are flying. You guys are loving the floral panel dies, and also the plates are going as well for the new Gemini 2. We've got lots to do. Just under half an hour left when we come back. We've got more demos for you, and of course the demo of the show vote, which will be interesting, and then the all-important demo of the day vote. And we've got to try and squeeze in also a couple of previews of 2 launches which are coming up for you next week. It is a big week coming your way next week with one collection and one brand new set of sprays that you're going to absolutely love, but we'll show those towards the end of the show. In the meantime, get to the checkouts and we'll come back with the final sort of wrap up and demos and all sorts in just a few moments time.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special? 100% it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. I've just got slightly sidetracked because also I see all your comments come through on like a WhatsApp group. We've got and I can see like when friends and that message me, my wife's messaged me as well. She's made me a pizza for dinner. She's got she's just sent me. Why would she send me the picture of the pizza like when I'm like half an hour from finishing? Why? Yeah, so she's done it in. We've got one of these mini uni pizza oven.
All right.
Yeah. So Daisy's got her friend round tonight. So they said, they'd have like a little play and then pizza. And so she's like, she's look at that, like uni. Ooh.
Oh wow.
Oh, hang on. Oh, look at that. Ooh.
Look at that.
Oh, it's one of those ones where you make it. Well, she makes all the dough herself and puts all the toppings on, heats up the oven, and it literally goes fire it in 30 seconds, and then it's done.
Wow.
It's tasty,
That's
isn't it?
impressive, yeah.
It's tasty. Yikes. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for a great show. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
It's our first pizza.
Why would Laura do that to me? My mouth's watering now. Jeez. I met her good, and I tell you what, my Laura, what a keeper. Look at that, making me dinner for me when I get home. Anyway. Thank you for all the lovely comments coming through. Oh, I never looked. You know what did I say I was going to do in the break? Look for a diamond press. Never did it, and you guys are still chatting about that. Lots of love for the fact that Jan's back in the building. By the way, if you've loved the Jan pack today, Jan, you are back later this week, aren't you?
I'm back on Friday, yes, with the lovely Johnny in my ear. So hilarity will be had by all. I've got Craig over there, so I'm not reliable, not sort of anything could happen. But yes, I have got another masterclass at 2 o'clock, and then I've got a Colour Me Happy with lots of Spectrum Noir goodies at 6. So yes, I'm off home tonight to start prepping for that in the morning. So yeah, be good fun.
Kate says, how much of that pizza will be left by the time you get home, Ben, if Daisy has friends around? I know, right? That's the risk. That's the risk we're taking there. And Terry says, Ben, I will send you a picture of it. Don't send me more pictures of pizza. What are you even doing? Do you mean the picture of your pizza oven? I think that's what you mean, is it? But yes, don't send any pictures of food. Lillian says, Ben, you better get home quick before Daisy eats it. Guarantee I'll get home. There'll be a massive bite mark taken out of it. Anyway, let's speed this sharp and get it done quickly, because I've got to get home for pizza. Floral Panel Dies, you guys have loved these. These have been the 2 stars of the show, haven't they, as far as launch party is concerned. I know loads of people are still buying the new plates for the Gemini 2, but these 2 sets you guys have absolutely loved. The Floral Panel Creator Card Dies. 4-piece set, 16 dies in total, and you get a lovely selection of flowers in these dies. So again, you've got the 2 kind of detailed dies, and there's 2 outer dies as well. So whether you want to cut them into your cardstock or cut out panels, these are brilliant. And as I said, these can really be the focal point of a project. You know, multi-cut these, double, you know, have like a double window or like a triptych effect, or if you just wanted a beautiful panel down the side of a card as a little embellishment, you can do that as well. They are multifunctional, and you've got all these different florals in here. So the rose, this one is that gorgeous gerbera, and then last within the set is the beautiful foxglove. And I know you've obviously got the demo already lined up, so it's probably too late for me to say. I'd love to see the foxglove, but you probably no. Doesn't matter. No, don't worry about it. I feel like we don't do foxgloves a lot when it comes to our floral dies, but you go with whatever you were going to do.
Last time I was here, I used the foxglove.
That's fine.
One. Yeah,
I'll
but I've only done 3 this time, so it was 3 out of the 4. So I've actually got the Helleborus for this one.
Okay.
And I'm going to go on to black for this one. So again, exactly the same concept. I'm just going to use one of them, and I want it as a panel to cut out this time. So I'm going to use both the pieces together. Again, just tape them into place.
Yep.
And we're going to pass that through the machine, and I'm going to do the embossing again because I actually want that raised area to work with some gilding wax again this time. But I'm going to throw something else into the works as well. It was something I thought, oh, will that work? And it was a little bit of a trial, and yeah, I was quite pleased with the outcome.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop this one onto my plate. I'm going to pop the shims back in. Pass it through here first for the cut. Okay, always 2 passes when you're embossing your die, always, because when we bring in the embossing shim, we need to take out that magnetic shim.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't try and speed up the process by doing it together, because I can't vouch for your embossing mat. So this one's going to go over the top, like you've seen me do. Turn it back again, and then we're going to take out that magnetic one. Okay, so we're sort of compensated from adding in the rubber shim by taking out the thickness of the metal shim. Now I can just feel that is slightly bowing that way, so I'm going to turn it over so that I get a nice flat pass again that way. So this is what we mean about the housekeeping side of it. Just think about, if your plate's slightly bowing one way, turn it over and put it in the other way so that it goes back the other way. Okay, so again, once we've got that embossed feature in here, take it out, move the plates. We can literally get rid of the outside, we don't need that piece. And then again, because I've embossed it, you should be able to just tease it out of the back here. And again, it's not easy to see on the black card, but what I'm going to do to it will allow you to see the detail in this. So the thought that I had in my head was, yes, we've used gilding wax, and I did this last time I was here with these guys, but then I suddenly thought Spectrum Noir shimmer inks.
Oh yes, that's a nice idea.
And I just thought the lime green with the black is just a nice contrast. So it was a case of, is it going to work? So Implements involved, fingers. So literally, it's a little bit messy, all right, but fingers going in there with the green ink. And I'm going to use it just like
Gilding wax.
The gilding wax.
What
and it
a
worked.
clever way to use that.
And it dried. And I was like, oh, I like this. And that opens up a whole new spectrum, excuse me.
See what you did there?
Because of all the colours we've got in the shimmer inks. So yeah, this was just one that I tried. And again, I'm just literally picking up the ink and then just feeling for that embossed area with the ink. Okay? And again, it's not as vibrant as the gilding wax, because obviously it's not meant for that purpose.
No.
But you can actually see that green colour on there. If I bring this up, you see catching the light?
Oh yeah, particularly on the end, but yeah, by your right hand. Yikes, that's brilliant.
So you've got that, and that opens up windows now for all the different, just think of all the different colours if you've got the shimmer inks. If you haven't, have a look on the website. And then again, I actually brought in my silver just to sort of add a little bit of the gilding wax in as well. So I've just got a little tiny bit. I don't want a lot. I just want to add in places. And I mainly went for where the foliage is rather than the flowers. So I've left the flowers in the green and just added a tiny little bit of silver. I don't want a lot, and just to sort of make it look as if it's got that two-tone effect. So again, get rid of the spare. We don't need that anymore. And then again, just with my cloth. Now I'm not going to go too heavy where the ink is, but where the gilding wax is, we can just give it that little buff, just to bring up the sheen on the gilding wax. I don't want to do it too hard over the ink, because I don't want to rub the ink back off, but it did dry. Okay, I was like, is it just going to stay wet on top of it? But it didn't, it dried off. So just give it a while, pop it to one side, and just let it dry. But you've got the most sort of subtle tinges of the colour on there as well, as I say, which opens up a whole new world. So I've actually done 4 of these, and I've backed it onto some lime card, which is where that green ink came from. And I think I was quite pleased with the black and the lime. I thought it looked really nice. So I've got 4 now, 4 panels the same. They've all been treated to the same process as this one. And these are actually going to go on the side of a box. So I've got quite a decent size box here, so I've had to deconstruct this. It's actually made from 2 pieces of A4, cut to the size I wanted, and then I've got a glue tab here, and then we're going to fasten it together here as well. But before I do that, I'm going to stick these in place. So just starting at one end, these are actually going to go in the bottom section here, and then my lid is going to come over the top. All right, so again, we'll use the tape runner this time because I want them to stick in place. I don't want them to move.
Would it work with Midas ink pads, says Evelyn?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly, yeah. It's the same principle.
Yeah.
So again, I'm going to use just that 1/4 inch border from the bottom there and just place these along that bottom edge. Okay, so all the way along, and then we'll fasten the box together.
Whilst you're sticking, Lynn says, how pretty, lovely, says Pammy. Jan making us green with envy, says Fred. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. And Terry says, the kids bought me one of those pizza ovens for Mother's Day. The pizza tastes fantastic. I sent you a picture anyhow. What is it a picture of, pizza or the oven? Oh, it is a picture of pizza.
What is food?
I don't know if I want to see it. I'm sure it looks... Is it amazing, Nicola? It is an amazing looking pizza. Okay. And Linda says, I don't like pizza. Don't like pizza? You know what, a friend of mine called Gary doesn't like pizza either. Because he doesn't like cheese, right, on the pizza, yet he doesn't like cheese on a pizza, but he likes cheese in general, which has just led me to think, well, you can't really have a pizza without cheese, can you?
I'll have cheese with everything if I could.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Melt it on everything, me. I love a bit of cheese. Who had a cheeseless pizza? Oh, Adam. Oh, Adam, studio manager Adam, from back in the day. How can you have a pizza without cheese on it? That's just weird, isn't it? Cheeseless pizza with a barbecue base, apparently. Oh,
Cheeseless pizza. That's not a pizza.
It's not a pizza, is it? It's
Is it?
one of your main components. I tell you what I have done, whilst sort of on various diets and stuff over the years, which is quite nice, is having a cauliflower-based pizza. Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Yes.
We've been using cauliflower rice as well instead
Very
of
good for the
ordinary
same
rice.
thing, yeah.
Very, very tasty.
Yes.
It's one of those things that I'm like, why have I not tried this before?
Yeah.
And sometimes fry the veggies in with it as well. So I'll chop up like maybe asparagus.
Oh, nice.
And like do that. So it's like almost like a special fried rice kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's actually cauliflower based, yeah.
Yeah, the base for the cauliflower pizza is amazing, and it does fill you up, but then I found that afterwards, you know, eating that much cauliflower, you know where I'm going with it.
Oh, dearie me. So again, I'm just using that collal all-purpose because we're going to get a really nice sort of rigid set on there for the base of the box. So if you do want to put any weight in here, it's going to set like, it's almost like another layer of card. So again, it's quite a decent size. We've actually got, excuse my head for a second, we've got 5 1/4 inches there. And then I had a look through the old stash again and came up with spots. I just wanted something that was running with the black theme to mat on the green, and this is going to be the lid. So again, I've made a sentiment to go on top.
Yeah.
So this is from one of my sentiment stamps, and then these are the stitched Moroccan tiles, I think they are, from one of the sets of nesting dies. So this one is going to go on top of here. And then I had a look, because I thought lime's not a colour that I would normally use. So I was like, where am I going to go with embellishments for this one? So I had a look through my stash, and lo and behold, came up with the perfect colour little flowers that I've had for absolutely ages.
Oh, look at that.
And they just match perfectly. So yeah, those are going to go on the top here. So I've just put a little bit of tape, whether I can get that off the back of them. They are fabric, these, but yeah, here we go. And then I'm just going to put these on as embellishments. So I'm going to put one, not cover up the sentiment, but one there, and one above it. Just so that we've got a little bit to sort of echo that green theme. And then we need to put the lid together and then say a little prayer to the craft gods that the lid's going to fit on the box, because who knows? It's getting late.
It is.
It's time. I know. It's getting late. So, you know, keep everything crossed, guys.
Yeah.
Because it was all deconstructed because it was bigger than my piece of cardstock. So who knows whether it's going to fit. I'm hoping it does.
It will, knowing you, Jan,
you think it will?
It'll be a perfect
And this is why I left
fit.
the gap here, because you can see I've got the depth on the side of it. So, time will tell. Are we in?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes,
there we
boom.
go. So that's just come down to cover the top part of the box, but I didn't want to cover over the edges there where we've done that lovely embossing work, okay? So, send it the right way up. And that's our little gift box.
Stunning, Jan, says Stephanie. Rhonda says the black polka dots make that look like velvet. Absolutely stunning box, Jan. Really elegant project. I love it, says Carol D. Love the box, says Jessica Stricker. And Pammy says cauliflower rice is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't it nearly as amazing as that box? Do you know what? We've got about 10 minutes left to go on the show. So, shall we do the first vote for the demo of the show, which I think is going to be a close run thing. And actually, I think George thought he knew what was going to be the demo of the day, but I think seeing that box now, well, it's got to win demo of the show first. So let's see what you fancy as your favourite. Do you want to line up all your mates, Jan?
Right, so we started with those outline florals then. We just kept it really simple. Ben read my mind earlier on in the day about the background with the black silhouette on. So, yeah, all those backgrounds that you've got lined up, use them with the silhouette dies on. Again, use different colours on there. So that's number one. Number two, we went to the panel dies and we used that inset, so we cut it into the actual card and just used the panel to create the aperture, and then that had the inks with the crystal sparkle pen. That was number two. Number three, we went back to the outline florals and we did that little inset. into the die cut there with some paper behind it. Again, you could have coloured behind it if you wish. So that was number 3. And then number 4 was our box with my little discovery of the shimmer ink pads on there to add a little bit of highlight as well as the gilding wax. So that one was number 4.
1, 2, 3 or 4. I reckon you've got probably about 2, maybe 3 minutes to get your vote in on that, and then we'll get the vote for the demo of the show, demo of the day going, I should say, as well. So vote on that now, and we will do that in just a second. Just whilst we're waiting for the votes to come in, and before we sort of wrap up the show, we have got some amazing launches coming next week, actually on Monday, and then on Tuesday. Leanne is going to be in for both of those shows, and we're really looking forward to the 2 launches that we've got. I think both are going to be very popular. I have a feeling, though, that the preview that Jan's going to show you of the launch, which is coming on Monday with Leanne, is going to be absolutely huge. And mark your card now, mark your calendar now, Monday, wake up call, get up early, set your alarm, because these are going to absolutely fly. Brand new, coming your way. Shimmer ink sprays, Jan, these are incredible. And to me, these look like they are right up your street.
I'm just trying to look for all the different colours, Ben. I'm just making sure, because I think there's 2 sets in the box here.
Okay.
But I've got them on the, I've got them on
yes.
the chart for you, yes, so we'll have a look. But yeah, absolutely lush. Now, I think our Michelle did a first look on these on Sunday, was it, Nick? 2 weeks ago, just to have a little look. But again, we're extending our mixed media range. We're adding lots of products. You know, we brought you the sparkle paste not long ago. We've actually sort of had, you know, we'll put the gilding flakes into the mixed media, and we're sort of building it as we go. And these are sort of one of the next features in here. So these are actually full of sparkly goodness. We've actually got, if I just bring these, let me move those over to one side. I think, as I say, I've got a couple of colours missing, but we'll double check. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Celestial map. Beautiful turquoisey colour. But these are a water-based spray ink. But they're absolutely crammed with mica in here, which is what's going to give you that sparkle. So again, little bit of an agitate before you use them, because just like the glitter, the mica will settle. If you've got them stood up or if you've got them laid down, it's heavier than the water, so it will settle. Now, I wouldn't go vigorously shaking it up and down. I would just sort of swirl it around, because you don't want to bring the mica up and get it stuck in the nozzle. So rather than shaking, just give it a swirl. I can hear that there's a little mixing bowl in there. You hear it?
Jan?
So anything that's got the mica in,
it's
usually got a mixing bowl in.
Let me just pause you a second, because we can get the vote going. Demo of the show, 4.
Okay.
So very quickly, we'll continue to look at these with Jan. Demo of the day vote then. So, number 1, from Wake Up Call this morning, paper piece in that beautiful floral bouquet die from the Say It With Flowers collection. And number 2, that beautiful diorama card with the same collection from earlier on, so that's 2. And then number 3 is the box that you've just voted for. So 1, 2 or 3, you've got about 3 minutes to get your vote in on that. Thank you. Sorry, Jan, back to you.
Okay. So yeah, what I'm actually going to do is show you the colour chart.
Oh, yes.
Looking at them here in the bottles is not doing them justice at all. But if I just, you know, they're like jewel colours. If I just pop them straight into my hand here, as I say, I've got a couple of them missing, I think. Even the ice silver as well. And these are going to look gorgeous, whether they're on white card or a dark colour, the black or a navy or something like that. And we've actually done the samples here on both for you. So if I just bring this onto the overhead here, you can see on the top row is the true colour on a white card background, and then underneath you can see how they react on a darker colour, so on the black. So you get a different look. You're going to get more intensity of colour on the white card, but a completely different look. It's like this one almost looks like rust.
Yeah.
So we've got ice silver, which was that lovely sort of shimmery pearl effect one. I've got gold dust, which I think is one of the ones I've not pulled out. We've got sunset bronze, absolutely beautiful there, that lovely sort of bronzy goodness. We have deep seashell pink, Is that one of the ones I've missed? I think, how can I have missed the pink?
How can you? That's like your favourite.
How can I have missed the pink? Who knows? There we go.
The comments coming in for these. These are going to fly.
Absolutely gorgeous. Firelight Sparkle, which is the red one. Okay. Then at the bottom we've got Golden Sunflower. Absolutely gorgeous. I can imagine spritzing your card with these would make an excellent background for the design that we did here. I chose to use inks on this, but using these with the shimmering would be beautiful for the backgrounds. We've got that Summer Meadow, beautiful shade of green there for that one, but look how it reacts differently on the two cards. We have, I love that one, Celestial Map. Gorgeous shade of, it's almost like aquamarine colour. Then we've got Royal Velvet, which is a lovely shade of like a mocha brown colour. And then last of all, Golden Heather. Okay, so 10 different colours in there coming to you on Monday the 19th, which is this Monday coming, isn't it? It's less than a week away with our Leanne. Okay, so I will be tuned in at home, definitely, and I need to get my hands on these because these just fit my style of crafting perfectly. Absolutely gorgeous.
For our US viewers, set your alarm early for Wake Up Call because that strikes me as one of those
Leanne's
launches.
own words, I predict a riot.
Yes,
they will go.
You come in for launch day, you're going to be at the end of that stock. It's going to fly.
Something different, isn't it? Oh, I forgot to mention there's a little care kit as well. So you've actually got
what kit?
A care kit. Our lovely shimmer spray care kit is ideal if you need a fresh shimmer spray nozzle, mid-creative flow. Fill the spare bottle with water to flush through your shimmery nozzles, or even use the empty bottle to create a custom colour. So you could mix a couple of them in there. So there's actually another bottle, there's a little funnel, and there's a couple of the extra spritzers in there. So yeah, that's going to be part of the range as well.
We're rapidly running out of time. The comments coming in for those sprays. I need all of these, says Laurie Barnett. The sprays look amazing, says Amelia.
Two sets in here, Ben. Do you think they'd notice if one of the sets went missing? Hey?
I dare you, Jan. I dare you.
I wish. I wouldn't dare. Our Tracy's out there.
Yeah. Security, you get frisked on the way out. I need to get those shimmer sprays, says Amelie. I'm like Jan, drooling over celestial blue, says Laura Simmons. Very quickly, I haven't got time to show you the whole collection, but launching the following day, we've got the amazing Venetian Grace collection. This is gorgeous. You get a whole host. I'll quickly rattle through, but look, you're going to get beautiful, stunning gems with this. You've got, I mean, come on, you've got the Rialto Bridge in die form, for goodness sake. You've got beautiful Renaissance borders and corner dies. You've got stunning dies here again with beautiful detailing. You're also going to get in this set more shimmering pads as well. We're going to be bringing you beautiful cut and emboss folders. There's a really super cute little cherub in there as well. That stamp is gorgeous, Stamps and Dies. You're also going to be getting more stunning frames. One of my favourite dies I've spied this year, a harmonious harp. I mean, come on, how gorgeous is that to work with your beautiful cherub? There's tassels, there's all sorts, but this paper pad, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do you know what I love again about this is the fact that you have got so many different layers on each of the papers themselves. Stunning florals, stunning scenes of Venice as well. You know, look at that beautiful sort of almost like Italian architecture going on, but the reverse, I mean, how stunning is that? We went to Venice 4 years ago, took Laura there for our 10th wedding anniversary. No, not 10th, it can't be. Yeah, it was 10th. No, it wasn't, was it? I can't remember.
Wedding anniversary.
It was for a wedding anniversary. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was for a 40th. That's what it was. I took her to Venice for a 40th. I took her to Rome for our 10th wedding anniversary. Oh, look at me. Italy's amazing if you've never been, but how stunning are the scenes there. And as I was saying, look, there's a little gondola guy there as well. Look, we did the whole thing on the gondolas as well, and the guy came over and he was hopping aboard them all and he sang the just one no, he didn't sing just one cornetto, but he did the, what's the song? A sole mio, that one. It was amazing. Anyway, it's a beautiful paper pad. You're going to absolutely love it. I need to stop talking now because we need to finish the show. That's launching all the goodies on Tuesday with Leanne. Again, getting early for this is going to fly. Demo of the day.
The box?
Yes.
Yep. Thank you very much, guys. So the lime and green one out with the shimmer inks on there.
What a day, Jan. Can I just say, fantastic show. Thank you so much. We will look forward to seeing you on Friday. I, of course, won't be here, but I'll see you next time.
I will, certainly. I think we're together again at the end of the month, aren't we?
We are. Me, you and penguins.
Yes.
Jan, it's been awesome. Jan will be back on Friday. I'm back with you tomorrow with the amazing Debbie Fisher. She's back from her travels. Feel like I've not seen her for about a year. She's going to be, and we've got an amazing day of shows lined up for you. So continue to get all of the deals tonight. Grab those Gemini 2 plates, and Debbie and I will see you tomorrow morning on Wake Up Call from 11, 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Bye for now.